Caution. Wave that one west, cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter, ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets ball head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see a murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. And I ain't boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn this shit into a blackout. We both come from the mud, but why you trying to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playing ball courts, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. As the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide. Look, little nigga, I'm made. All these rappers soft, claim they all cut from a hold of a glove. I'm the one with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I'll be standing on their neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Block fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. But 44, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Bout to slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Say me try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love. Scriptures say he hate African soul niggas. They know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of war. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a child. I do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room and pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualified or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to Elliott. Rubbers out in copy and they killers out every set. But I ain't tripping on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's with the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? One West, go over everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun draw truck, cause it's impossible. She get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. shit that hate make it to the featherweight. Niggas say they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce man and a bitch and a step and a roller. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripe, no Greek baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gunshot. Fuck that little bitch, you. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. Yeah, the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? From World West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one with these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Never ski mask transform the war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the multi. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die. Skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus B for the 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? From World West, go to war with everybody.
One West World. First everybody. Bitch, this is more than what they ever played up. Living by a code, put me in the gas up. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy feel like a nectar. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played up. Living by a code, put me in the gas up. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy feel like a nectar. But I keep it clean. Yeah, I'm too for real. Comfortable with myself with this fraud. Man, I'm too legit. Off the thermostat, can't hold me back. Trying to check my check. And my weight, run my plate, really busy. Really in the field. Taking it, check me out when in doubt. I'm gonna make my bread. Never lose niggas who is a feature. Know we all gon' tweak. Niggas slick on my shit, pop my shit. My bro said this shit greasy. She don't like the message. I get wisdom. I'm just rude as Jesus. Tell my side, but not too much. They feel me. I know talk is cheap. I'm controlling it from a distance. This how it's supposed to be. Different what she never had. Now she can't get over me. I understand they don't want a man, they just want company. Shorty know I'm all about my gravy, trying to smother me. Get from under me, I ain't have no silver spoon. This shit come from underneath. I play for keeps, I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel me. I play for keeps, I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel me. This is more than what they ever played us. Living by a code, put me in the born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy feel like a nectar, but I keep it. It's more than what they ever played us. Living by a code, put me in the gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy feel like a nectar, but I keep it clean, dog.
You cannot stay ahead of all facts.
Seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spit shell. Same nigga you put on it to stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pot. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever put back with a snake by your side? Yes, I see a man reach out to God before he died. Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for left. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember John try to stick me for that G's on that bread, yeah. I was thugging with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. I do it to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. She don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Backstage.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think? Well, you get done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, you solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough. In your army, all the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn nose. But I see the shawty and I show her. She can never get a preach whore. You a dirt ass, rust that neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that big mug. And I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slay. What you think? Well, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, none of me. Face up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR 2 to 3. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip full of limousine. I shoot your ass in the spring. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. Yeah, squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. You became.
Allah Punya. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, how about you, Shai, brother? Clap it up. All right, ladies. Let's get it on, Akim. I'm glad to see you tonight, Akim. I'm glad you stood by tonight. We're going to go into all of the stories of today. We're going to go into the obvious, everlasting Sharon Moore story, a story that keeps happening throughout the generations for two reasons: the low self-esteem of Black men, the lack of love and empathy for Black and Latino women, and for the predatory nature of bimbos. Tonight, we're going to speak about bimbos tonight. All right. We'll go into that. Also, we'll go into the other stories of the day. And of course, I'm going to answer all of your questions and solve all of your problems. Let's get it on. Mi nombre es General Mahaimen estoy al servicio del el General Yahana. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando General Yahana. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombres hispanos, negros o indios nativos, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa. Pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pisando. Órale, carnales y canalas. Let's get it on right now. As tú preguntas. I'm sorry, un momento. Who's in the house tonight, headquarters?
So we got Pittsburgh with us tonight.
Oh, give the Berg a hand. I see you. Pittsburgh. Good to see you again, warrior. Most High in Christ.
Florida in here with us.
Florida, Gator Bait. Give the Gator Bait down there in Florida a hand, man. Well done. I see you, Florida.
We got Milwaukee here joining us.
Milwaukee. Get it on, Milwaukee. I see you, brother. Good to see you again.
Trinidad with us.
Trinidad. Okay, Trinidad. The bad men up there in Trinidad, man. Good to see you, warriors.
And Baltimore joining us tonight.
B More in the house. Okay, B More. Get it on, Akim. We're ready to rock today. Question. Let's get it on. Nos vamos. Let's go, Akim. You ready to go?
We got some questions in the chat. A brother, Officer Mapadazar, would like to know, Shalom, Yahweh Shemiyah Shabrakatah. Can I get a breakdown on Deuteronomy 22 and 11?
Absolutely, warrior. Claro que sí. Let's go.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together.
Mm-hmm. This is what you got to do. You got to read 2 verses above this. This scripture is not prohibiting you from making a garment for yourself that mixes fabrics. Meaning, if you wanted to have your collar on the fabric silk and the one half of the shirt wool and one half of the shirt cotton, that's up to you. That is not what this precept is speaking about. This precept is a law against someone cheating you. So it's saying you shall not wear a garment of diverse fabrics because you are not going to be cheated. Because wearing a garment of diverse fabrics was how people cheated you. It was how people committed fraud throughout time. Many people don't understand the nation of Israel, and that the reason that our country and our culture was so prosperous, the reason that the Queen of Sheba came from far to talk to King Solomon and to try to pick his mind for how could you run a country so prosperous, so wealthy, and so orderly. The reason for our success is our adherence to God's law. And because of our adherence to God's law, when you went to go buy a garment, you did not wear a garment of diverse fabrics, because no one cheated you by telling you this is wool, but in actuality, it's just 50% wool and 50% a cheaper fabric. All you do is read above it and read below it, and you see that this is a law about having a just measure and a just weight. There was a time in America when if you went to go buy a pig from a white man, a piglet, they would sell it to you in a sack. You get home and it was open the bag up and there was a cat in the bag. And then for all time, the idea of a cat jumping out of a bag began to be synonymous with the truth finally coming out in the end, because you have to get home to realize that this is not a pig in a bag, it's a cat. Once it jumps out of the bag on you. Why? Because American culture and American business is corrupt. How do I know? Look at the new Netflix deal that Netflix just did, and Paramount Plus. One media company, two media companies have now bought up all of media on the planet Earth in America. They're going to control everything you see, everything you hear. Why? Because there is a crook in the White House, a convicted felon. And now every rich man that wants to commit crime, that wants to commit fraud, now he has an ally sitting in the White House. And for the next 4 years, they are going to do more stealing, more lying, and more corrupt business that they fantasized about years ago. They're going to do that business today. Well, that's the reason that the Lord gave us rules. So no one could sell you wool, and in actuality, it wasn't wool. It was just mixed with just enough wool to make it feel like wool. They would sell you silk, but really it wasn't silk. It was mixed with just enough silk for you to touch it and look at it and think it was silk. This is a law against the kind of corruption that happens every day in American real estate, every day in American supermarkets, every day in the White House. That's what this precept is about. Everyone understands. I just summed the whole thing up for you, but you read above it and read below it, and you'll understand exactly what I just broke down to you. Proximo.
Colonel Khan, the brother said the water, sir. Can he get a breakdown on Leviticus 19:26 as well?
Go ahead.
Leviticus 19:26. You shall not eat anything with the blood. Neither shall you use enchantment nor observe times.
That's what you need. That last part is what you need. Meaning, before Israel, another rule that we had was to not collect the blood of the animals we killed and use it as a source of sustenance. We didn't do that. If we killed the lamb or killed the goat or killed the bull, we slit the throat of the animal and we let the blood fall on the ground. We did not collect it in bowls the way that the heathens do. The heathens save the blood from the animals that they killed as another source of sustenance. And they make things, what's that Spanish speakers out there, what's that blood sausage? What's the word? Sanguine? I know sanguine is I believe blood in Espanol, but there's a blood sausage that the Spanish speaking tribes eat that they got from the Spaniards. The Africans collect the blood of the animals that they get and make a blood sausage. The British do the same thing. That is forbidden in our culture. Why? Because the life is in the blood. What does that mean? Meaning all of the disease and the strep throat and the anthrax and whatever else this animal had in its life, it's in the blood. So you don't want to eat that blood. You don't want to drink that blood. Let that blood fall on the ground. Do not use it for food because you will get sick. The life of that animal is in that blood. Let it hit the ground and let it go. Now, what did we have because we had rules like this? A healthy country, a healthy nation that didn't die every 30 years by the millions of some plague, which is what happens today. That's why black people had to invent vaccines, because when we came over here to America, there were so many illnesses. When we were in Great Britain, there were so many illnesses wiping out parts of the population. And black people had to invent vaccines to try to save the lives of the people in these countries, man. That's what that precept is about. You don't make blood sausage. You don't catch the blood to create it, to do something with it. The reason that if people a long time ago would do that is because it was part of religious ceremonies. It's the saying the battery's low. It was part of religious ceremonies. They would catch the blood because somehow they would use the blood to worship some god, and they would catch the blood to, you know, drink it or to make something out of it that was part of their religious customs to worship some false god. Which is why the Lord, right after he said, don't drink the blood or use the blood, he said, thou shalt not worship these divinations and these, you know, strange customs, because that's why they did it. We're not allowed to do it. You kill an animal, you let the blood run out of the goddamn thing, you cook the animal and you eat it. That's the precept and that's the breakdown. Next, Proximo.
Okay, sir, we got a few responses in the chat. They said Morcia, a brother from Nicaragua, gave a different.
Morcia is definitely the one I was speaking about. What was the other one?
Brother said they call it boudin in Louisiana.
Boudin, that's right. Boudin, that's correct. In Louisiana, the French-speaking tribes out there call it boudin sausage. Correct. Go ahead.
Or boudin. In Nicaragua, they call it moronga.
Moronga, that's correct. Go ahead.
Oh, and the brother also wanted to know in that verse, what is an enchantment?
An enchantment is like a spell. Right? If you want to understand real enchantment, I'll give you one right now. Oh, holy night. Oh, blessed night. Oh, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. How beautiful your branches. Silent night. Holy night. Jesus has come. Christmas carols are enchantments. Right? Those are enchantments. Those songs that you sing that make you feel so warm. Give you such a sense of nostalgia. And you feel so much love. And hopefully that feeling of love will fight off the seasonal depression that's going to make you kill yourself around every Christmas season. That's what you're hoping. This time of year has the highest rate of suicide every year. And it's a demon that I hate every year. I can feel it coming because I know that my brothers and sisters are under attack this year. This time of year, every year, because there's a feeling of sadness and misery and childhood trauma that's going to start coming to your mind. And you're hoping that silent night, holy night will chase it out of your mind. It doesn't work. It's temporary at best. And before you know it, if you don't get enough drugs into your system, you're going to kill yourself for Christmas. That's an enchantment. Anything else?
I could, sir. One of our brothers did something much better with a Christmas tree up in Syracuse.
Let's see it. Give Syracuse a hand. I mean, I don't even see why burning a Christmas tree is controversial. It's wood, isn't it? Isn't that what wood is for? Wood is for heating your home. It's for heat in the winter months. Instead of using a Christmas tree as a source of fire for heat, sitting there, oh, Christmas tree, look how beautiful it is. You're enchanted by that Christmas tree. That Christmas tree has a spell on you. It's for firewood. That's what it is. Firewood. Eles lena. Or Eles lena is he is firewood, but es lena. That's what Christmas trees are. Lena. Is there anything else?
Sir. We got another question in the comments. Shalom, Lord in Christ, General Muhammad, with your grace, Adawan, would you break down Ecclesiasticus 40 and 23?
Absolutely. Claro que sí. No problem. Sin problema. Let's hear it.
Ecclesiasticus 40 and verse 23. A friend and companion never meet amiss, but above both is a wife with her husband.
Let me give me one verse above it.
Verse 22. Thine eye desireth favor and beauty, but more than both, corn while it is green.
Keep going. Read one verse above that.
Verse 21. The pipe and the psaltery make sweet melody, but a pleasant tongue is above them both.
This for you young brothers out there, this is about love. Romantic love is what they would call it today. This is about a man loving a woman. And it's the elder brothers, the father figures, teaching the younger brothers how to get a woman, and more importantly, what kind of woman to get. All right. So just remember that as I go to break down these verses. This is about relationships. This is about finding a mate, finding a woman. What kind of woman should you choose? What's valuable in a woman? That's the topic. Okay. I'm going to break it down now from right here. Go ahead, brother. Start over.
Verse 22. Thine eye desireth favor and beauty.
Your eye desires. I'm sorry. Is that where I backed you up 2 verses?
No, that would be verse 21.
Yeah, but start where I backed you up to, please.
Sir. Verse 21. The pipe and the psaltery make sweet melody.
The pipe and the psaltery. A pipe is like a instrument, like a flute or something like that. It's a wind instrument. That's what a pipe is. A psaltery, I can't recall what that is, but it might be the same thing. You can look up what a psaltery is, but it's a musical instrument, a psaltery, okay? The brothers can look up and see what it is. Those things make beautiful music, sweet music. The pipe and the psaltery. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Verse 20, Salakia, but a pleasant tongue is above them both.
Yeah, but a pleasant tongue is above musical instruments. It's above music. What is that telling you? The same way people play music to seduce someone, what is better than music? Being able to talk to a woman being able to talk to you. People love to hear music. People love to hear the seduction of music, but people don't value talking to each other correctly, with kindness, with sweetness. But everyone loves a beautiful song. Everyone goes to a concert to enjoy a beautiful song or listens to a beautiful song. Talking to someone whose voice is sweet, whose conversation is sweet, that's better than music. That's better than music. Young brothers, you should learn that. Sisters, you should learn that. You should learn how to talk to each other, right? If you know someone is seduced by a beautiful song, then how much more will they fall in love if you can talk to them sweetly, if you can speak to them with kindness? Keep going.
Yes, sir. An Angry Black Man Media said a psaltery is a stringed instrument.
A psaltery is a stringed instrument, much to like a piano or a guitar or a stand-up harp or a stand-up bass or a bass guitar. That would be in the those would be psalteries. All right, continue.
Verse 22, thine eye desireth favor and beauty.
You see, your eye desires favor and beauty. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for some woman that is beautiful. That's what your eye desires. Continue.
But more than both, corn while it is green.
But you know what's better than favor and beauty? Corn while it is green. I will be highly impressed if someone can answer that question and tell me what that is. I will be impressed. What you're looking for is some woman that is, gorgeous, drop dead beautiful. What's better than that is corn while it's green. I'll give you a few seconds while I drink this excellent scotch for you to answer that question. All right. Anything else? Is there anyone that would like to give it a shot?
The comment said ripe.
Say again.
Comment said ripe and purity.
No, you're not getting the context. corn while it is green.
Captain Soccer War said, corn while it is green is still ripe and on the vine or freshly harvested. It's the best corn.
Yeah, Captain Soccer War is more onto it, meaning you get corn that is not fresh, right? Corn that is all used up and not fresh. You know, it might look good, but that corn is old. That corn is not good corn. What you want is corn that is still green, innocence. Some woman that is innocence, corn that's green. Many men pick a woman because she's an Instagram whore. What does she look like? She looks like she's been run through. And that is what attracts you to her. You're attracted to her lack of innocence, her lack of purity, her lack of naivete. You're attracted to the fact that she looks like she can give you good oral sex. I hear so many men talk about that. And they always talk about, some woman goes online, Ephraim, and they go, I really know how to suck a man's penis. I know how to suck a penis. I'm an expert at sucking penises. I know how to suck penises. What I always wondered to ask you young brothers is, how do you think she became such an expert? How do you think she became like that? Clearly, she's touting her skill at sucking penises. Clearly, she's an expert. But in your mind, as you're listening to her, why do you think she is such an expert at sucking penises? You know how, right? She's an expert at sucking penises because she has sucked so many of them. She sucked them all over the country, all over the world. She does it all the time. She is old corn that, although it looks like you could have some of it, it's really been already eaten. It's, there's nothing on that cob. As opposed to green corn, fresh corn. Now she doesn't have all the experience of sucking penises like the women that you want. She hasn't had sex with so many men that she's an expert at sex. She just knows how to do everything because she's had sex with so many men. Like these broads on my phone all the time saying, experts on what a first date should be. Well, on my first dates, you can't ever take me to Red Lobster. On my first date, you can't ever take me to Applebee's. See, on my first dates, that woman is an expert on first dates.
Right.
Why? Because she's had a million of them. She's an expert at giving oral sex because she's given so many men oral sex. Let me tell you what's better. A woman who doesn't have that experience, she's not a hoe. She hasn't become seasoned and damn near about to retire from blowjobs because she's given so many of them. She's brand new at it. She's not a hoe. She's selective. She doesn't have all that experience. So then you know what she'll need, right? Who wants to answer my question? She'll need to be taught. She'll need for you, since she doesn't have this experience. She didn't live her life as a whore. She'll have to have you teach her. She'll have to have you teach her sex and for you to teach her intimacy. She'll have to, these women, you'll have to teach them how to relax around you because they won't know how to relax around a man because they're not whores, because they're very selective about who they give themselves to. They don't know. They're not experts at this, but you can teach her. Oh, Lord, can you teach her? Before you know it, if she had a good enough teacher, that woman will perform acts on you. She'll treat that penis like it has colostrum in it. Everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
I think I went too far by saying that, Ethan.
Not at all,
Maybe,
sir.
but you brothers might not even know what colostrum is, so it might not matter. so I'll just move on. But the women know what colostrum is. She'll treat that penis like it has colostrum in it. Why? Not because of her vast experience, but because of you. Because you're her experience. You're all she knows. And let me tell you, if you want to truly be born again, regardless of a woman's past, if she comes into the Israelite school of UPK, she will become brand new. And the first time you're with her, you truly are with a woman who has never been with a man because she's brand new. And now you teach her. That's what this precept is about. Is there anything else?
Yes, sir. There's one more verse on that.
Go ahead.
Verse 23, which was the one he was asking about. A friend and companion never meet amiss.
A friend and a companion, never meet them amiss. Amiss is like a mistake. You know, don't meet a friend or a companion haphazardly, meaning don't trust everyone that you meet. Don't do that. You shouldn't meet a friend or a companion and just trust them like you bumped into them and now they became someone you trust with your money, trust with your kids, trust with your life. Don't do that. Don't meet a friend or a companion amiss. You know, meet them in a wrong way, meet them in a haphazardly way, because that person could cost you your life. If you're a young or black or Latino man, you know that most of us die because of the friends we keep. That's why we die. We die because we chose this person as our friend, so now we're getting shot. We chose to roll with this brother. We chose to be with this person, and this brother, this person that we just met because we were locked up together, or we went to the same high school, or we lived in the same neighborhood, this person is going to be the reason that we die. Him. So don't meet a friend amiss or a companion amiss. Keep going.
Okay. But above both is a wife with her husband.
But above both is a wife with her husband. There are many, many close relationships that you can have. Two friends, a father and a son, a mother and a daughter. But there is no relationship that is as intimate as a man and a woman. You cannot be closer than that. It is truly the most intimate relationship that can be had. It is deeper. I don't care how close you are with that brother. He's a wonderful brother. He's a great, outstanding brother, but he's not going to see you naked. He's not going to see the hidden parts that you have. You're not going to see him naked. But that woman, there are no secrets between you and her. You're going to truly be naked with each other, exposed to each other, the way that you cannot be with anyone else. It is an extremely and the closest and most intimate relationship that can be had. Keep going.
That was it, sir.
No problem. Proximal.
Colonel Khan. Brother, America is burning. Asks Salaki, if I may, out of one, can I get a general breakdown on Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 1 through 6?
You got it.
Zechariah 8 and verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. Verse 3. Thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem.
Yeah. The Lord was jealous for Zion, meaning the Most High wants to be our God, and he cannot stand the fact that we have other gods. Think about it like a husband that wants his wife and doesn't want another man to have her. The Lord our God is a jealous God. He's jealous over Israel. He's jealous over Zion. Zion is Israel, his holy mountain. And he does not want us to be with other gods. He's angry when he sees you worshiping a Christmas tree, or worshiping some white Jesus, or worshiping some Arab god. He's angry, like any man would be angry if his woman was with another man. He's jealous over us. And the Most High God has come back, sent his king to come and get us because he wants to be with us, because we belong to him. That's your breakdown. Is there anything else?
The brother was asking until verse 6.
Please.
Come on, sir. And will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called the city of truth.
There you go. And shall dwell in Jerusalem. What does it mean when God said that the Lord will dwell in Jerusalem? Meaning what? Now we're going to have a city that is governed by the laws of God. The Spirit of God is here. The Spirit of God is absent from America, absent from Great Britain, absent from Trinidad. The Spirit of God is absent from the countries of our oppressor. And that's why such oppression and such death live here. Satan rules America. Satan rules Trinidad. Satan rules Great Britain and Canada. And because of that, our people are in such turmoil and dying so terribly in these countries because the Spirit of God is not there. But if the Spirit of God was there, then the court system would be ruled by righteous judges. Then the laws and the customs would be laws and customs of God that would promote life and not death. But because it's the opposite way here, we suffer and we die. But in Jerusalem, God will live there. That's the point. Keep going.
And the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain.
When I said Zion, Zion is the mountain of God. And the Lord calls us, his people, Zion. Keep going.
Verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem. And every man
keep going. Keep going.
And every man with his staff in his hand for very age.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thought, man. And once again, if you can just imagine what it's like to live in America, then you'll know what a rare treasure that is. The Bible says that someone shall come from across the planet Earth who will have no mercy on the elderly, no mercy on the old. That's where you live right now. You're in a place right now where white men in Washington, D.C. are fighting day and night to cut the health care off from elderly people, to get rid of their health benefits, to get rid of their pensions, to get rid of their social security, because this land has no mercy on the elderly at all. But in Jerusalem, the elderly will be in the streets walking. You'll see elderly people everywhere because they'll live to such a ripe old age and they'll be able to be sustained and healthy. And you'll see them walking up and down the street, finally getting to enjoy all the labor that they've done in their long lives, because we're going to live a long time. What do we have here in America? People dead at 13 years old, dead at 25 years old. This is hell. But when God puts his spirit on his people in his land, then you'll have elderly people, people that grow to an old age, people that are cared for to live longer. Keep going.
Verse 5. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
The Bible says that a person will come against thee from across the world that will have no regard for the young or the old. Now you live in a place where your children are afraid to die at 12, at 11 years old. Many of them will die in the womb because of abortions. That's where you live now. But in Jerusalem, when God finally lives in us and we are with him and our rules and our customs come from him, now children play. Now the children don't die. Now the children live. Now the children are happy. They're not molested. They're not murdered. They're not stolen. They're not enslaved. They're playing in the streets. They're playing in the neighborhoods. This is a reason and motivation for us to change our lives so we can live in a place like this. So we could live in a place like this, where the elderly are healthy and walking down the street with their sticks and with dignity and honor because they live so long. Children feel so safe. And they're running around playing. The people of society that are the most vulnerable in America, in Great Britain, are the people in Jerusalem who will be the most cared for, who will be the most protected. This is motivation to get off of drugs. This is motivation to give up Christmas, to give up your lust and your hatred of one another, because a place like this is your reward. Is there anything else?
One more verse, sir. Verse 6. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes? Saith the Lord of hosts.
Yeah, I mean, if it's marvelous to you, should it also be marvelous to him? Meaning, if you hearing this go, wow, that is amazing. Well, how do you think the Most High God feels about it? Seeing that he's so jealous over us, seeing that he wants to be our God. Well, what if we wanted to be his people? If you think this is amazing, so does God. He thinks it's amazing too. Let's come together as a father comes together with his children, and let's make this place a reality. Is there anything else?
Sir. And a brother that just asked in the chat, but I believe it's what you just answered. Says Shalom, General Lord in Christ. What will life, day-to-day life, be like for us in the kingdom?
I believe that was the answer, Warrior.
Sir.
Is there anything else?
Yes, sir. Tribe of Issachar asks, if I may, with your grace and mercy, will we ever see the Most High face to face one day, like in Job 19 or Matthew 8 and 9?
No man has seen the Lord face to face, literally. What you're reading about in Job and in Matthew, that absolutely will happen. But it's not the way that, the literal way that you might be imagining it. Go ahead and read those precepts that the brother pulled.
Come. Matthew chapter 8 and verse 9. For I am a man under authority, having, I don't know if this was the one that he meant.
All right, try another one. Try the other one.
Job 19 and 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God.
Yeah, man. Though after worms destroy my body, though in my flesh I shall see God, meaning after my body has been eaten by the maggots, yet in my flesh shall I see God. In my flesh, seeing God is not literally seeing him with your eyes. How do you see God in your flesh? You serve him with your body and soul. That's how you see God. You see God by serving him body and soul. In doing so, God is here. That's what Jesus Christ was always saying, and people thought that he was saying that he was God. When thou hast seen me, thou hast seen the Father. Not because Jesus is God, but his actions are sanctioned by God. The miracles that he does, God is doing through him. The words that he's saying, God is speaking. The kindness, the love, the courage that he has, he does it in the name of God. You can do the same thing. You can do the exact same thing. You can represent God. You can have him in your flesh, even though the worms eat your body. You can have him in you. The Bible says, he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. Why? Because he that is in me is the Spirit of God. So when I speak, the way I treat you, the things that I say, the code I live my life by, that's the code of God. Those are the words of God. That's the treatment that God commanded that I treat other people with. When thou hast seen me, thou hast seen the Father. So this is not literal, but this is, you're seeing God in a person because of the way this person behaves. Everyone understands.
Come on, sir.
The precept you need is where no man can see the Father and live. That's in the Old Testament. So no one can actually look at God in his face because you're flesh and blood. So you can't look at him in his face because you died. Moses saw the hinder parts of the Lord. Moses saw the fire that came from the Lord's presence from behind him. That fire made his face glow until the day he died. But he never saw the Lord. But he saw the fire that emanated, that glowed from the back of the Most High God. And that changed his entire face forever. All right, anything else?
Sir, another question. Brother asked, Shalom, Lord of Christ, Salakia, sir, if I may get a breakdown on the word hallelujah. I know we in the school don't use it because of how much the Christian church bastardized the word.
The word hallelujah in its proper speech is halawa Yahweh. Halawa Yahweh means praise the Most High or praise Yahweh. The Christians use the bastardized version of it, hallelujah, because they impose vowels on it and they turn it into an English, a halfway Yiddish word, which is hallelujah. But the actual word is halawa Yahweh. Halawa Yahweh is absolutely accepted in the Israelite school of UPK. If anybody wants to say halawa Yahweh, that's accepted. I've heard it many times. And my years coming up under Commanding General Yohana. Not many brothers say it, but you could say it. If you wanted to say it, it would just be simply saying, praise the Lord, halawa Yahweh. But don't you ever say hallelujah in here because you'll be bounced down a flight of steps. So don't ever do that. Don't ever say hallelujah. Don't say that in the Purple Pigs group. Say that in the IUIC. You can't say hallelujah in here, but you absolutely can say Hallelujah Yahweh. You could do that. Everyone understands.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Brother asks, Officer Rapai Yad asks, Salaki, sir, if I could get a breakdown on John 1 and 3 and why Christians think this means Christ couldn't be created, the water for your wisdom out of wine.
Please, the water for your service and your loyalty, warrior. All right, go ahead and read it.
John 1 and 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
Yeah, this is speaking about Jesus Christ. Was there another? You read something else? Was there something in specific he was asking, or was it just a general breakdown?
Just a breakdown on this and why Christians. He says why Christians think this means Christ couldn't be created.
Why Christians think that this means Christ couldn't be created? Okay, maybe they don't understand what things are. Okay, the things that he's speaking about. First, you want to think about Adam, right? Adam created everything that we see here. The Lord put Adam on the earth, and Adam subdued the Garden of Eden, named all of the animals, and brought order to chaos in the garden until he sinned against God and was kicked out. What Adam did on the planet Earth, Jesus Christ, before he came to the planet Earth, when he was in the form of Melchizedek, when he was with the Father, he followed the instructions of God, and he made the things. He didn't make God. He made the things. What are the things? He brought the elements together that were without form and void. They were already there, but they weren't put together scientifically to make the planet Earth. When you read in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, it means the context is in the beginning of the creation of heaven and earth. Those are the things. The things are the stars you see from the earth, the moon that you see from the earth, and the earth. He made those things when he was in his supernatural form, which is in the form of Melchizedek, which is a priest forever. Then he came down to the planet in the form of Adam and did the same thing down here. Did the exact same thing down here, put the garden in order and named all of the animals, took everything that was here and put it in order until he sinned and then had to come back and get it right. So that's the thing. I don't know why Christians think that means he is God. It didn't say he created God. It said he created the things. And those things he created under the auspices of God, which is why in the book of Genesis, it says, let us make man in our image. Let us do this. Let us do that. Because it was a collaborative mission. That's what creation was. Creation was a collaborative mission. It was something that multiple entities did together, not simply God alone, but God, the spirit that was Melchizedek, but is now Jesus Christ, and the angels under Jesus Christ made the heaven and the earth. Let us do this, let us do that. It was a collaborative effort. So that's the breakdown. That's what the Bible says, and Christianity is a lie, all right? Okay. Is there anything else?
Sister, on topic, a sister asks, permit me, sir, when they say Adam and Eve had parents and were not the first people, is that true? How can that be?
How can that be? Because that's where babies come from, sweetie. Adam and Eve were people. So because they were people, they had to come from people, just like you. Adam and Eve were not the first people on earth ever. Adam and Eve are the mother and father of everyone in earth today. But they were not the first people on earth. They had mommies and daddies, because that's where people come from, mommies and daddies. But Adam and Eve are the father and the mother of everyone that's alive today. Why? Because of the flood. Because of the flood. Let me sum it up for you. The earth was full of people, right? The Most High God chose one man of those people, Adam, to give him the knowledge of the truth. Think of the knowledge of the truth as intelligence that the primitive people of that day did not have. He saw things and meanings and things that the other people did. Adam's forefathers worship, stones and rocks and the stars in the sky. Well, Adam looked at those stars and saw that there was a superior being communicating through those stars. He saw, unlike everyone else, he shouldn't worship the stars, but that someone was talking to him. And he was right. The God of heaven and earth was talking to him and chose him, gave him a superior intellect, a superior understanding that the other people didn't have, and then put him on a mission to bring order out of chaos, and then gave him a woman so this woman could aid him in this mission that God put him on, and gave this woman a superior intellect, a superior understanding so that she could help him. The Bible says that Eve was a help like unto himself. So she wasn't stupid like a dog or stupid like some cat or a horse. She was a woman with intelligence, sophistication, sagacity, and she could aid Adam in his mission to bring order out of chaos. Then they went along and they began to work and work well, but then they fell because of temptation. The temptation came from the other people, namely a snake, not because he was an actual snake, but because he was a man who could not be trusted, a man who was low down and dirty, and he was a liar. And he fooled Eve and tricked her. She wanted to be like the other people who weren't in the garden, but they were great and they were powerful. They had things that Eve wished she could have. With her superior intellect, she began to desire things greater than that was in the garden. And they were tricked and fooled, and then she went and tricked and fooled her husband, and they were expelled from that garden. And then they left, and they began to wander, and they began to grow, and they began to grow, and they began to grow. And then they had a grandson. Their grandson, his name was Noah. Noah is the grandson of Adam and Eve. Noah went, and Noah was an alcoholic. He was a drunk because he didn't grow up in the Garden of Eden. He grew up with everybody else. And now Noah was some alcoholic. In his bloodline, there was majesty. In his bloodline, there was a superior connection to God because of who his grandfather and grandmother were. And God one day came to him and told him to build an ark because God was sick of the fact that everyone else was having sex with women outside of their bloodline. God couldn't stand it. So then God killed everybody on the earth except for the grandparents, the grandson of Adam and Eve. He killed everyone else. There were no other bloodlines that existed because God killed every other bloodline. And at the end, the only bloodline that was left was the bloodline that he chose through Adam. And that's the reason that Adam and Eve are the mother and father of everyone that liveth, not because they were the first person or the first couple on earth. All right, next.
The sister says, sounds like us today, sir.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Well said. Bien dicho.
Brother asks, Salakia, sir, in Revelations, when it says in the New Jerusalem that God will be our sun and moon, is that literal, sir, Baba Shah?
No, it is not literal. It's metaphorical because blacks and Latinos, we speak metaphorically. We speak in poetry. Blacks and Latinos are poetic. When it says that God will be our sun and our moon, meaning they will be our guiding light. That's what the same way the sun guides you by day and sustains you by day, and the moon is your guiding light at night. If you're traveling on the ocean and you see the moon, and you can chart a course at night by seeing the moon and the stars. That's what the Most High God will be for us, our guiding lights, meaning we're going to live our life based on what they direct us to do. It is not literal. Next.
Sir. Young man O asks Salakia Adawan, can we get a breakdown of Revelations 12:1, the water in advance?
No problem, de nada.
Revelations 12 and verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun.
You want this entire breakdown?
Come on, sir.
Okay.
Just this
All right.
verse.
Go ahead. Well, how many verses?
Just this verse. Verse
All
1.
right. Go ahead.
Come. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the
This
moon.
woman is clothed with the sun. Is a metaphor for the nation of Israel. This is Israel. This woman clothed with the sun, she's glowing, like sun rays are all over her. She's shining. She's the nation of Israel. Continue.
Come, sir. And the moon under her feet.
The moon is under her feet. She's the nation of Israel. Clothed with the sun, the moon at her feet. She is glowing. She is the nation of Israel, shining because of her greatness, because she is the chosen people of God. Continue.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
How many stars?
12 stars.
A crown of 12 stars, each one representing each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Las 12 tribus de los nación de Israel. Continue.
Yes, sir. Salaki, sir.
Take your time.
Brother asks, Salaki Alawab, can you break down Matthew 27 and 24?
Of course. Glad OKC. Go ahead.
Matthew 27 and verse 24. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying,
Let me give it to you, then you can read the rest. This is when Jesus Christ was crucified. Pontius Pilate was a white man who had a wife, and the Sadducee and Pharisee delivered Jesus Christ to the Romans to be killed under Roman law and authority, because the Israelites did not have a law that could kill Jesus Christ, because he broke none of the laws of Moses. So they could not kill him. If Jesus Christ would have committed adultery, then the Sadducee and Pharisee could have stoned him. If he would have eaten pork or eaten shrimp or worshiped some strange god, then the Israelites could have stoned him under the authority that they had as the Jews. But Jesus Christ was an innocent man who broke no law. You remember that, Christians, because you break the law every day. But the Sadducee and Pharisee could not kill him under Israelite law, under the law of the Jews, because he committed no transgression of the law of Moses. None. But they still wanted him dead. So instead, they offered him to the Romans to be killed, saying that he broke Roman law. What was the Roman law? Romans had only one king, which was Caesar. I believe it was Augustus Caesar at this time. So if you claim to be another king, then under Roman law, you could be killed for, what is the Roman law? What is it called when you try for, they have the same law today. Like, it's like treason. It's like treason when you decide that you're going to be a king instead of the current king. I believe they call it treason today. They gave him to the Romans, accusing him that he had broken the Roman law of trying to rebel against Caesar, because they could not kill him under the law of Moses, because he never broke the law of Moses. Unlike you, Christians. So that night when he was given to the Romans to be killed, the wife of Pontius Pilate had a nightmare. She had a nightmare. And in that nightmare, she was so terrified because the nightmare told her, do not kill this man. Don't do it. She woke up from that nightmare terrified. She went to her husband and she said, I had a terrible nightmare last night. We cannot kill this man. We can't do it. He's done nothing wrong. We're going to be cursed if we do it. Pontius Pilate tried to convince the people not to kill Jesus Christ. He went to them and said, listen, I can't find this man guilty of anything. I don't see any evidence that he is committing treason or that he's trying to set up an alternative king to Caesar. I can't even find, you don't have any reason to kill him of the law of the Jews. I don't have any reason to kill him of the law of Rome. This man is, but the people screamed. They screamed, crucify him, because privately the chief priests and the Pharisees went throughout the crowd telling everyone to scream, crucify him. And they had the ear of the people. The people believed them. The people followed them. They were the religious leaders. They were the Creflo Dollars and T.D. Jakes. They were the Martin Luther Kings. So the people obeyed them. So Pontius Pilate was standing there in front of a crowd of people who were screaming, crucify him, even though Pontius Pilate had no cause in Roman law to kill him. Finally, Pontius Pilate said, all right, fine. He went over to a basin of water and he washed his hands and he said, my hands are free from the blood of this man. This is not on me. This is on you. You've done this. Why was this done? So that in the spirit, you would always know who killed Jesus Christ. The religious leaders of Israel did it. And they were in a conspiracy with the Romans, a conspiracy with the heathens. Give me that precept where it says, of a truth, the Romans, the Pharisee, the religious leaders, all of them came together to kill our Lord. That's in the New Testament. I believe Romans. I could be wrong. They were involved in the conspiracy. The Romans did the dirty work, but the religious leaders of the Jews, they were at the head of the conspiracy. You understand? That's what this precept is about. I just broke it down for you all at one time so you could understand. If you need that other precept, I'm sure the brethren will get it for you. All right. Was there anything else?
Kind, sir. You got some more questions in the chat. Brother asks, Shalom, out of one Lord in Christ. Can I get a breakdown on Zechariah 14, verse 16 through 18, Baba Bashar?
Please. Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Read it one more time.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Keep going.
Verse 17. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
What is this? I'm trying not to give you the answer. Read one more verse.
Verse 18. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
This is a precept about the kingdom of heaven, about a glorious day in my sight. Este es un día glorioso, a glorious day. Right now, you know, virtually every one of my people worship a strange God. My people don't worship the God of their forefathers. My people worship the God of their oppressor. Let me ask you a question. Who asked this question right here?
Kazak Damar.
Kazak Damar, what religion were your family? And why were they that religion? I'll give them 2 seconds to understand this. I'll break it down in a time because of the time crunch. Every nation on the planet Earth is going to have to follow our high holy days. Every nation. The Chinese, the ones that are left. The Japanese, the ones that are left. The white man, the ones that are left. All of them are going to follow our rules, our customs, our high holy days. Every last one of them. All of them. Now, my question is, what religion were your family? And why were they that religion? I'll give them a second, Ethan.
I don't know, kind of.
10 seconds. I'll answer it. Your family worshiped the God of their oppressor. This precept is letting you know that we're going to oppress the other nations when we're in charge. There will be no Christianity in the nation of Israel. There will be no Islam. There will be no Buddhism. There will be no capitalism, communism, socialism. There will be nothing that our oppressors have decided that at one time we had to be, because they're all going to be forced to be like us. We are going to be the number one superpower on earth. And all of the lesser nations will worship our God and observe our high holy days. That's what this precept is about. Jesus Christ said it in the Bible. He is the Lord of lords and the King of kings. And the Old Testament says that they shall beat their weapons of war into plowshares, and they shall study war no more. The other nations that fight each other and kill each other for oil, the same way Donald Trump is committing acts of murder against the Venezuelans today, that won't happen in the kingdom of heaven. The same way the Africans are killing albinos right now in Africa, cutting their feet off of albino children because they believe in witchcraft. That won't happen in the kingdom of heaven, because the Africans won't worship their African gods anymore. The white man won't get a chance to worship money anymore, lust anymore. They're all going to celebrate the Passover. They're all going to keep our laws and our customs, because in this day, we are the superpowers of the earth. In that day. And they're all going to follow us the same way your grandparents followed them. That's your break. Is there anything else?
Sir, it might be a good time to get into your topics.
Let's clap it up then. I think am I missing the brothers from the other zones? They didn't have any questions or topics they want to go into.
They have not indicated that they have any questions.
Then let's get it on, Denny, from the water.
No sign of Christ.
Can only see here on 11 Alive, showing a Snellville middle school boy throw his female classmate into some desks before walking out of the room. 11 Alive's Chase Howell spoke to the mother of the boy who's in that video, who says people have it all wrong, and she has proof.
It was this slap that Adriana Cotton says set her son Derek over the edge.
I guess it was a slap in the face the first time. Something was said after that. He just scrolled on his phone. It happened a few more times where she hit him repeatedly. And the part that the video that I showed you was the last slap that she did before he finally retaliated.
On Friday.
So tell me, I don't know much about this story, Ephraim. Can you break it down to me and break down the aftermath of what people are saying online?
Khan, this is from a high school in Georgia, I believe, and the mother of the boy has defended him, saying essentially that if the female hit him, she should expect to be hit back, and so now that sparked the debate on how he should have reacted and whether he was justified in throwing her across the room.
I got you. Okay, this story, I don't know much about this story. I, of course, have not seen the entire video, but I will just give you some life lessons that you have to learn about the differences between women and men. In this society, maybe in virtually every Western society, women are taught that they are allowed to hit men. There is far more abuse that comes from women to men than there are men that abuse women. Women that abuse men is so accepted that it's not even considered abuse. It is absolutely normal for a woman to smack a man, to scratch a man, to hit a man. I remember years ago when this woman cut off a man's penis. She cut his penis off, threw it out a window, and the entire earth laughed at it. Give me Johnny Carson laughing about Lorena Bobbitt, just so I could make you brothers understand what it was like. This woman cut off his penis because he had another woman. And while he was sleeping, she cut his penis off, threw it out the window. They rushed that penis to the hospital in a cup of ice and sewed that penis on. That was God's work. It was the Lord saved that white man's penis. Give him a hand. I mean, man. Jesus. Well, brother, that was the biggest joke on TV. It was the biggest joke in the world. because we are trained to let women hit men. Many of you are taught by your mothers that you could never hit a woman back, even if she hits you. The problem is girls are taught that they can hit men. They're taught to do it. There's many videos of movies like Waiting to Exhale when some woman burns down a man's house. It was considered powerful to burn down a man's house, to set his clothes on fire. Tiger Woods was beaten by his wife with a golf club. She beat him, and it was funny. Women are taught to beat men. Let me show you this. Go ahead and play the video.
I couldn't find the Johnny Carson, but this is from Saturday Night Live.
It was all over the place. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Cynthia McFadden for Court TV. It was a startling day of testimony in the already remarkable trial of Lorena Bobbitt, the Manassas, Virginia housewife who's charged in the malicious wounding of her husband, John Wayne Bobbitt. The highlight of today's testimony came during direct examination of Mr. Bobbitt by the defense.
Did you and your wife ever fight?
Yes.
Would you say you fought more than most couples?
No.
Did the fights ever become physically abusive?
No.
Did they become verbally or emotionally abusive?
No.
And you consider yourself a good husband?
Yes.
Then why was she angry at you?
I have no idea.
Wait, hey, you.
It was a joke. She cut his penis off, mutilated him, and it was a joke out. And that is from society. Now, I'm going to teach you an important lesson in this, if you can hang on for 1 second. We cannot accept what Americans and what white people teach us about women being allowed to mutilate men, to hit men, to scratch men. If you are a woman, if you hit your husband, it is assault. It is not a lesser assault because you're a woman. Neither one of you should hit each other. You should not do that to one another. You should never do that. Women are not allowed to hit men, and men are not allowed to hit women. That's the first thing you want to understand. This society teaches women that it's funny for women to hit men, and it's a terrible thing for a man to hit a woman. Neither one of you should hit each other. Now listen very carefully to this next part. The reason that this society teaches that it's funny for a woman to hit a man and it's not funny for a man to hit a woman is because men are so much stronger than women. So much stronger. That's why no one cares if a woman hits a man, because her hits in most cases are nothing. But baby, if he hits you, it's going to be terrible. Horrible. That's the reason that society teaches a man, don't ever hit a woman no matter what, because this woman is going to hit you. She's going to throw a fire pan at you, or throw a cup at you, or throw a coffee cup at you. And that is going to make you angry. But when you hit her, you are going to sling her across the room like a doll, because you are bigger and stronger and more fierce than she ever could be. And you have to remember that when you're a man. No woman should hit any man. No man should hit any woman. Now, if a woman hits you, it's going to make you angry. It's going to make you piss you off. But brother, when you hit her, you're going to kill her, because she's a little girl and you're a man. You're so much bigger. You're so much stronger. Women should understand this. The reason that no one ever teaches you not to hit men, and everyone tells a man not to hit a woman, is because men are better than you. Men are stronger. Men are more fierce, more angry, more destructive than a woman could ever be. A woman could never be as destructive as a man. Baby, I would have you remember that. Remember that. I know you're angry. I know he had the nerve to go out there and get another woman. So you want to throw cups at him and scratch him and attack him. And I know you're upset, but can you imagine what will happen if he gets upset? Let me show you what happens. Play the video again.
Come.
Anytime.
That Adriana Cotton says set her son Derek over the edge.
Rewind it again. I want you to watch her little smack on his face while he's sitting down. Play the little smack. And now look what happens next. You see? Sweetie, remember that. Remember that little tap. That little tap, and then Lord have mercy. And then now she's in a fight with somebody she should not be in a fight with. You understand, Ephraim?
Yes, sir.
That's what happens. So, brothers, if a woman does hit you, which is going to happen, that is absolutely going to happen to you. You're going to have to measure your response. You have to measure it. You have to learn to measure your response with a modicum of mercy, because although she will go crazy and hit you, but if you go crazy and hit her, you're going to be looking for somewhere to hide a body. And then now this problem is a lot bigger than it needed to be. Everyone understands.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything else?
Live, sir. Next up, apparently this is what happened after a Cinnabon worker made a comment about a woman's job.
I am racist.
So idiot, for
and
real.
You are a nigger.
You are an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
Oh, talking about
Bye.
you talking about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, motherfucker. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you
Suck
fucking look
it.
like.
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking ugly bitch? Get the fuck out of
Ugly?
my face.
Talking about ugliness?
Did I stutter?
I want you to realize that she didn't call these. Are these African Somalians here?
So these are Somalians.
Yeah, she didn't call these Somalians Africans. She called them niggers, because in her mind, she hates these Somalians because she hates Black Americans. She hates them. And working in a Cinnabon, she still thinks she's better than Black people. Still. She still thinks she's better than Black people, which is white privilege. That's the essence of white privilege. If you're working in a Cinnabon, you're still better than Black people. Still. That's the privilege of being white. She doesn't know what country these people come from. She sees their brown skin, and then she gives them the hatred that she has reserved for Black Americans. In this case, they happen to be Somalians. She doesn't hate Somalians. She hates Black Americans. She hates them. And then she began to treat these Somalians the way she wants to treat every Black American. Here's the problem. The Somalians hate you too. The Somalians also hate you. Show me the video about the Somalians. They also can't stand you. After George Floyd, after all of the death committed on unarmed Black men, the Somalians came out in support of Donald Trump during the election. They supported him because the Somalians hate niggers too. The Somalians can't stand niggers. Play it.
And now he wants to deport them. So if you don't remember, during the election, Somali leaders in Minnesota did a press conference where they publicly endorsed Donald Trump. Now, fast forward to recently, Donald Trump is, doing his press conference on the news, and he's saying that he wants Somali people gone. He says that he does not like them. He says that, I guess, the areas that they live in are poverty-stricken, and, they're not good people, and that's why they don't even want to live in their own country. And he knows that it's not politically correct to say that, but he don't like them, and he wants them gone. There's a lot of immigrants.
Do you understand this? You see, that white woman hates Black people. She hates niggers. The Somalians hate niggers too. That's why they came out in support of Donald Trump after George Floyd. The Somalians are sitting in neighborhoods all over this country watching what happens to the tribe of Judah. That's who actual niggers are. The tribe of Judah, the Latinos are also niggers. That's who we are. And people like the Somalians and the Africans and the Asians, they sit and watch us suffer every enjoy the benefits of our suffering in neighborhoods all over America and Great Britain. And the minute the most racist president damn near in history comes up, they all come out to support him, to let him know we're not niggers. We love you, Donald Trump. And then, of course, Donald Trump gets in the White House and does the exact same thing that a poor white woman that works at Cinnabon does. Gives all of the hatred that he has for blacks and Latinos, he gives it to the Somalians too. This is something that you Somalians, you Asians, all should understand. You did nothing while you saw the oppressors of this world hurt blacks and Latinos. You said nothing, and you supported our oppression, hoping that they would forgive you for being an immigrant, as long as you were willing to hate the Latino immigrants. But of course, after they're done with us, they get to everyone else. That's what the so-called Jewish man doesn't understand. The so-called Jewish man did nothing while we were suffering and dying under Jewish people in the music industry, Jewish people in the real estate business, Jewish people in the banking industry. Other Jewish rabbis and Jewish leaders did nothing about it. But of course, when they're done with killing all of the blacks and Latinos, they're going to turn to get you bankers, to get you slumlords, to get you record executives. And finally, one day I would like you to realize maybe you should help us, seeing that after they hurt us, you're next. And you never do that, ever, ever. Here's the solution. One day we're going to be in charge. One day blacks and Latinos will own the levers of government. We'll own the courts. We'll own the culture. We'll decide who is punished and who is redeemed. And in that day, we will have more mercy than you have. We'll rule with kindness. We'll rule with good judgment and a good conscience. And we will preserve people to make sure that no one gets hurt. Anything else, Ephraim?
Sir, before we move on, we can check in on her Give, Send, Go. She has $151,000 already donated to her for calling these people niggas.
What did this white woman do to get $150,000? Your brother in California had a good video about it. Do you have it?
Sir, I don't have that ready.
I sent it to you. The brother in California, he did an excellent video showing that this woman got $100,000. Now it's up to $151,000 that she received in donations, not because she saved a baby from a burning car, not because she went into a burning building and delivered people out of death and peril. This woman is going to receive at least $151,000 for calling someone a nigger. She's going to get that. Because why? Because they agree with her. This is the reason that Donald Trump was elected. Donald Trump was elected for this reason. Anyone who tells you that they elected Donald Trump because of the economy, because he's a businessman, is a liar. Spanish speakers out there, how do I call someone a liar in the harshest way in Espanol? Tell me that, because they are liars. They elected Donald Trump so they could be free to say nigger, free to say spit, free to tell the people of this world who have better jobs than them, although they are black and Latinos, that they are not better than them, that they're still better than you. That's why Donald Trump was elected, so that white people could feel their superiority over you, even if they work at Cinnabon. Keep going.
So you mentioned who runs the courts. We have this story out of Oklahoma.
why did you rape those girls, Jesse? Jesse, why did you rape the girls? You have anything to say to the victims, Jesse? You have anything to say to the victims? Be loud, it's not a violation.
This Jesse Butler is walking into court to be sentenced to no jail time for having raped all of his girlfriends in high school. The judge, apparently he's connected, his father is connected to Oklahoma State University football team. He's well connected in the state, and there's outrage over this sentence, but the sentence is what it is.
So you're telling me there's some white man that raped multiple women?
Yes, sir.
But his family knows the judge in Oklahoma.
Yes,
and
sir.
So convicted of multiple counts of rape on multiple women, he's getting no jail time.
Yes, sir. They said he was initially facing a 78-year sentence based on his charges and was given probation.
You see, well, if white people out there, if you're ever wondering what is white privilege, crime is white privilege. Crime. Crime is one of the ultimate white privileges. White people are allowed to commit crime, and black people are not allowed to even be accused of crime. There are black men that have been hung for the accusation of raping a white woman. Innocent black men, innocent Latinos, innocent. They've been hung from trees because of the accusation. Think about Emmett Till, who was accused of whistling at a white woman. It came out about 10 years ago that he never even whistled at her. It never happened. And he was beaten and mutilated. And the view of him, the sight of his mangled body in the casket began to be the birth of the civil rights movement in the South. That's how terrible his visage was in that casket. Well, here's a white man that has raped many white women, many. But his father knows the judge, and, he has money. He goes home with probation. Crime is a white privilege. Crime is a white privilege. There's a time coming, white people, when even white people will say, you shouldn't be in charge anymore. You're too corrupt. White people, you're just too corrupt. You're too immoral. Even white women are not safe under you, because you'll let a white man rape multiple white women, but if his father donates to the right political party, he's going to get probation. Don't you agree that blacks and Latinos should have a chance to be the judges, to rule, to be the government? Why don't you just give us a chance? What do you have to lose, white people? What do you have to lose? Your court system is corrupt. Your judges are corrupt. Rich men have free reign to rape and steal and lie. Why don't you let blacks and Latinos rule the world? What do you have to lose? Continue.
Showing the moment a small plane landed on top of a car. This is as it was driving south on I-95 there in Brevard County. Just quite the mess out there. This happened near Cocoa right around 6 p.m. on Monday. The driver in that car was a 57-year-old woman from Melbourne. She was transported to a nearby hospital with minor injuries. The pilot and the passenger of the twin-engine plane, both 27-year-old men, were not hurt. The FAA is investigating what led up to the incident. Florida Highway Patrol is also investigating because the plane crashed into a car.
Let me stop you for a second. Let me tell you what happened within 7 days. This week, there was a car. What city was this, Ock? There was a car driving down the highway, and a plane landed on the highway on top of a car. This happened. On top, I gave you other videos of the brothers rescuing the people out of the car. Ephraim,
sir,
you have those?
Let me pull those.
I sent you those. A plane landed on a car. There was another video this week of a white man sitting in the jump seat, which is the seat in between the pilot and the co-pilot of a commercial airliner with 100 people on the plane. And this off-duty pilot tried to shut down the engines on the plane, tried to kill everyone on the plane. That happened this week, and both of them were white men. There was a man named Charlie Kirk. He was alive a little while ago. And Charlie Kirk said whenever he gets on an airplane, if he sees a black pilot, he gets scared because he knows about affirmative action. And he's afraid that this black pilot is not qualified. And so he would never want to fly on a plane with a black pilot. Charlie Kirk was a liar and a fool. And he's going to get a lot of people killed because this is the fact that the Israelite School of UPK told you about before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. We told you that the best pilots are blacks and Latinos because we have fought the hardest and have had to be overqualified to do a job that an underqualified white man does every day. We're better pilots than white people, better pilots, because the airline does not want to hire us. Our talent has forced them to hire us. Our prestige, our diligence has fought through their racism, and they've been forced to hire us. If you get on a plane and there's a white man that's that pilot, you should be afraid because that white man, his father gave the right donations to the right political party. His father had money. He knew the right people. And he's a pilot because he's white, not because he's qualified. Play the video.
He's removing an off-duty pilot from a flight after he tried to shut down the engines of a passenger plane. Officials say he was riding in the jump seat when he tried to pull the fire suppression handles mid-flight. Now we're hearing new audio of the chaos inside the cockpit. ABC's transportation correspondent Gio Benitez has the latest.
We're getting our first look at newly released dash cam footage.
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
And hearing audio from the terrifying moments when former Alaska Airlines pilot Joseph Emerson tried to shut down the engines of a passenger plane back in 2023.
Hey! What's going on?
The local NBC station in Portland, Oregon, obtaining the video through a public records request.
So were you trying to kill yourself? I was trying to wake up.
We're also hearing audio from inside the flight deck. Listen.
What's wrong?
The pilot saying they had to get the plane on the ground.
Verizon, we need to make an emergency landing.
Emerson was riding in the jump seat on the flight from Everett, Washington to San Francisco and tried to pull the emergency fire suppression handles, which would have cut off the engines. He later told police he had taken psychedelic mushrooms 2 days earlier while grieving a friend's death and hadn't slept in more than 40 hours. New video shows him being taken off the plane by police. I spoke with Emerson after the incident. He never denied what he did, but said he never intended to hurt anyone and was struggling with his mental health.
What I thought is this is going to wake me up. I know what those levers do in a real airplane, right? And I need to wake up from this. It's 30 seconds of my life I wish I could change, and I can't.
This white man tried to shut off the engines of a commercial airliner while it was flying. He tried to kill himself and everyone on board. And you know why? Because he was high. Because he was high on psychedelic mushrooms. You know what happened to this white man? He's home. He did not get charged with mass murder, attempted mass murder. You know why? Because he told the prosecutor he was having a nervous breakdown. He didn't mean to hurt anybody. He was just trying to turn the engines off because he knew that on a real plane, this would turn the engines off. So this will make me wake up. I didn't want to hurt anybody. Give me the story about what he was charged with, Doc. I sent you this as well. This white man attempted to murder everyone on that plane. He was not charged with attempted mass murder. Not at all. You know why? Because crime is a white privilege. It's a white privilege. Can you imagine your defense for committing a crime to be you were high? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you driving a car and you crash into someone and kill someone and you say, Your Honor, it's not my fault, I was high. It's not my fault, Your Honor, I was drunk. It's not my fault, Your Honor, I didn't mean to do it. I had taken psychedelic mushrooms and I was high. The white man's defense was that he was getting high. And the judge accepted that defense. Accepted it. Do you have it, Ephraim?
Come on, sir. Says in September, Emerson pleaded guilty to a federal charge. Salakia?
You put it up on the screen or no?
Come on.
It's one of the things I sent to you. It was his defense in court. He didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do it at all. Go ahead, Ephraim.
In September, Emerson pleaded guilty to a federal charge of interfering with a flight crew.
He pled guilty to interfering with a flight crew. Keep going.
And no contest to state charges of endangering an aircraft and 83 counts of reckless endangerment.
Keep going.
Ahead of Monday's sentencing, a lawyer for Emerson pled with the court that he had spent 46 days in pretrial incarceration and that it was
keep going.
And that it was impactful, cathartic, and punishing.
He learned his lesson. He did 46 days in jail. He learned his lesson. His defense was that he was high, and the judge accepted his defense. This white man attempted to murder everyone on that plane, including himself. He's not going to do any more jail time. None. He's going home. Do you see? Charlie Kirk said that he's afraid when he sees a black pilot. Charlie Kirk, well, I'm not talking to Charlie Kirk because he's not here anymore. But for you people out there that supported Charlie Kirk was a liar. The only guaranteed safe planes are planes flown by La Raza, planes flown by Los Latinos, planes flown by black people, because we have fought twice as hard as any white man to get that job. We are overqualified. For a black man or a Latino man to be a pilot, you have triumphed over racism to get that job. For a white man to become a pilot, you're just a white man who gets high on mushrooms, gets high on psychedelic drugs. You better thank the Lord if you've ever been on a plane and a white man was the pilot. If you land, thank the Lord, because that white man didn't get that job because he's qualified. He got that job because of racism. Racism is the driving force that catapults every white man into every job, and they are not qualified to do that job. White people are not qualified when they're working a job. They're just white. Play the video.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that. Because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, Charlie Kirk, he's not here anymore because there's a white man that did a white man's job. He said Donald Trump, there are certain black jobs, and then there are white jobs. That's what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said there are black jobs, and black jobs to Donald Trump are working in fields and, being subservient to white people. The problem with this life is that being a mass murderer is still a white job. Being a serial killer is still a white job. That's still a white job. It's not a black job to be a serial killer. We're not good at it.
There's no DEI in that, sir?
Say again, Art?
There's no DEI in that?
Yeah, there's no DEI when it comes to becoming a mass murderer. So being a mass murderer is still a white job. So a white man did his job on Charlie Kirk, That's sad for him. God rest his soul. But you see, in actuality, you are not safe if a white man goes into the cockpit because he is not qualified. He's just white. And if you're white, you don't have to be qualified. But if you're Latino, if you're black, you are overqualified because your quality has forced even racist employers to hire you. You're overly qualified. That's what's true. Keep going.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell everyone what this is. Donald Trump this week received the FIFA Peace Award. FIFA is the Association of Soccer Players. And they invented an award just to give it to Donald Trump because Donald Trump is a child that loves shiny gifts. He's a child. And they invented a brand new award called the FIFA Peace Award. And they gave it to Donald Trump. And this is the celebration of them awarding him their first ever FIFA Peace Award. Now, what I would like all of you tough men out there to realize is that Donald Trump requested and is standing and dancing to the song, the YMCA, sung by a gay group called the Village People. There was a famous gay group in the 70s. Now, remember, brothers, Donald Trump is like 80 years old. Donald Trump knows that the YMCA song is a gay song because he was in the 70s in the gay clubs dancing. He's not a kid. Many of you kids out there, you might have never heard of the song YMCA. I want to go into YMCA. The YMCA is where gay men used to go to have sex with other men. It was like a locker room where they had showers and pools and hot tubs, and gay men would go to the YMCA to have sex with other gay men in the 70s and 60s. Donald Trump knows this because he's 80 years old. And Donald Trump's favorite song is YMCA, sung by the Village People. The Village People, they're a group. One of them is a cop. One of them is a Cherokee chief. Another one is a cowboy. The Village People, their whole act is that they're masculine men, tough guys who like to have sex with other men. This is Donald Trump's favorite song. Donald Trump is the hero of all of you elk hunters out there, of all of you big game Joe Rogan hunters out there. Donald Trump performs sex on Big Bubba. That's in the Epstein files. This is your hero. This is your masculine hero, Donald Trump, dancing to YMCA by the gay group, the Village People. Donald Trump knows something about you white men. You white men love to pretend to be tough, like the Village People. You're cops and bikers and cowboys. And really, all of you suck Bubba's penises. That's what all of you do, including Donald Trump. You white men are just not masculine. He's just not masculine. And I think you know that. I think you know, as compared to La Raza, Los Latinos, and con black men, you just don't compare to our masculinity. Our masculinity is ferocious and it intimidates you sexually because you are a closeted gay man, just like Donald Trump. Play the video.
Sir.
You can hang out with all the boys. You hear that, Easton? Listen up, people. You can get yourself clean. You can hang out with all the boys. That's Donald Trump's favorite song. He sings and does that stupid, mentally ill dance that he always does. Donald Trump is a closeted gay man. That's what the Epstein files say. So are you, white people. And you hate Black and Latino men because we're not, because we're masculine. More masculine than you ever could be. And we're better airplane pilots than you too.
Right.
Anything else?
Come on, sir.
Studying quite carefully the issue of the bombing of these fishing boats. And I'm going to put to you, sir, that it's an open and shut case. Hegseth is guilty of the crime of murder.
So is Donald Trump. So is Admiral Bradley. So is everybody beneath Bradley who followed the orders.
Stop.
It couldn't.
This is Judge, I believe his name is Napolitano. This man is a staunch Donald Trump supporter, staunch Republican. I believe he was on the Supreme, not the Supreme Court, but an appellate court in New York City. He knows the law, and he knows that Donald Trump attacking those fishing boats is murder. It is extrajudicious, which means no judge has ordered their execution. They haven't committed any crime and been sentenced to death. No evidence has been presented to any judge giving them the right to murder these people. There isn't even any proof that they're selling drugs. And the military is killing them. And then on some occasions, they blow up the boat. And then even the survivors in the water waving their hands, saying, "Rescue me." They kill them too. This is murder. Not said by Commandant General Yahana and the UPK, but by appellate court judges who have the balls, los huevos, to tell the truth. Play it again. I'll play right from there.
Not be clearer. It is a federal crime in the United States of America, and if done by the military, a war crime, and if outside the United States of America, an international crime to kill an unarmed non-combatant. Period. End of story. There's no defense for it. The Nuremberg trials made it clear that I did what I was told is not a defense. Everyone in the military on day 3 in basic training is taught not to obey an illegal order. A child knows ordering a person to murder an unarmed non-combatant is itself an illegal order. I couldn't agree with you more, George. It's a closed case. Why do you think the Republicans in the House of Representatives today shut down their investigation of it? Because they know if the American public sees the tapes of these murders, the uproar against Trump will be tumultuous, perhaps even too much for him to bear. He'll probably fire Hegseth and replace him with J.D. Vance's Yale Law School roommate, who is currently the Secretary of the Army, a person of like mind, but more temperate disposition. It won't change the policy of the United States, but it'll dial down the heat that is caused by Secretary Hegseth's personality. Listen, I know Pete Hegseth very well.
Crime is a white privilege. Crime is a white privilege. Donald Trump, clearly a child, could understand that he's murdering unarmed people, non-combatants, who have not been sentenced to death on the seas from Venezuela. But no one can do anything about it. No one is going to arrest him. No one is going to jail. No one is going to be punished because crime is a white privilege. That's the white privilege. That's the thing that white people can do that black people cannot do. That's it. We are superior to white people in every way. Latinos, you're superior to white people in every way. You're superior in intellect. You're superior in strategy. You're superior in work ethic. You're superior sexually. You're better men than white men could ever be. But white men have this one privilege. Crime is a white privilege. And that's why the brothers from Venezuela are being murdered and no one can do anything about it. That's why ICE agents are abusing your family members and no one can do anything about it, because crime is the only true white privilege. Is there anything else?
Sir, our last story. If I can summarize this quickly, head coach at the University of Michigan, one of the highest profile jobs and one of the only black head coaches. Apparently, there was a rumor going around for a few weeks that he was having a relationship with one of his staffers. Yesterday, she brought that forward to the administration. And as they were about to announce that they were firing him with cause, he apparently went down to her house, kicked in the door, threatened to kill himself and her, left, went, had an argument with his wife, threatened to kill himself, left. The wife shared his location with the police. They caught up to him at a church somewhere and arrested him and booked him on assault charges. He had a $13 million buyout, a $27 million contract, and now he's in the county jail today.
Sharon Moore had sex with a white woman, and because of it, he's going to lose $15 million. And this white woman who was on his staff, he doubled her salary when he hired her, a young white girl. Let me tell you about something that is not talked about in this evil world. There's a predator out there that no one discusses, that no one talks about, that is one of the most prolific predators to ever exist in history. That predator I'm talking about is a white bimbo. White bimbos are predators, and stupid, assimilated coons like Shannon Sharp, Tiger Woods, O.J. Simpson, and now Sharon Moore are always victims to some bimbo who's going to use their body to make money off of some black man and take every penny that he could give to a black woman, that he could give to someone that looks like his mother, but instead he gives it to some white bimbo. Shannon Sharp just did this about 7 months ago. Tiger Woods has done this. Countless black men have done this. And, and all of us, we look at the black man and we go, he's stupid. He's evil, and he is stupid and evil. He's selfish. He doesn't love his people. I always wonder something about you black men that go and sacrifice so much money and so much wealth to some stupid white woman. Where is your sense of compassion for black and Latino women? You don't have any nostalgia. You don't have any sense of compassion for a homegirl. I was talking to Kazak Ahmad one day. Give Kazak Ahmad a hand. Tenele un aplauso. Give him a hand. Kazak Ahmad was telling me that he has his father's car. And his father's car is an old car. Really, it's good for nothing. But he said he can't sell that car because that's his father's car. And he's going to keep that car. And one day he's going to keep working on that car, keep fixing that car, and get that car back up on the road. Because he has that sense of care for that car, because it's the car of his childhood. This car matters to his father, to his family. But I always wonder about you black men who achieve a modicum of success in America. You don't have any sense of compassion or even nostalgia on your home girl. You don't have that. You don't, when you're rich and famous, and you're now the head football coach of Michigan University, and you're making $15 million a year, is there nothing about your childhood that makes you want to help a woman that reminds you of your mother, that reminds you of the homegirls that you grew up with around your way? You don't have any compassion You don't have any sense of nostalgia is not the word. What's the other word? Not nostalgia, but that sense of, this is from my childhood. This is something that is close to me. And now that I'm in the position to help someone, I want to help someone that's my homegirl. I want to help someone like the girls around the way, like my mother, like mi abuela, like the people that I grew up with. Rich black men, you don't even have any sense of kindness to where you come from. And that makes you so cruel. You're so cruel. You're so hateful. You're like Shannon Sharp, countless basketball players, countless football players, countless rich media moguls who could have helped another woman who looked like their mother take out the trash, get a better place to live. But instead, you took some white woman and made her a millionaire, and she was nothing but a bimbo. When are we going to pass laws against being a bimbo? Bimbos constantly win. Bimbos take so much money from white men, from black men, from everyone. Do you know who Erica Kirk is? Erica Kirk is a bimbo. A bimbo. Let me tell you how Charlie Kirk met his wife. I sent you this video before class. You have it, Ephraim? It's on your phone. I sent it to you minutes before class. In the Donald Trump administration, as you watch this Shamar Moore story about this young white bimbo that caused this black man to lose every penny he has and to now be in jail because he was so terrified of the world finding out that he was weak and addicted to white bimbos. This is a story that happens forever, for all time. But what I want you to understand is that right now, the Donald Trump administration is run by white bimbos. Bimbos who only got that job because they had sex with a rich and powerful man. Erica Kirk is a bimbo. Erica Kirk had sex with Charlie Kirk because he was rich and influential and powerful, and she married him in lieu of getting a job. Charlie Kirk decided he was going to marry her and not give her a job. And there are so many bimbos like her. Caroline Levitt. Caroline Levitt is the White House press secretary. She married some rich white man who is 33 years older than her. And he is a rich Donald Trump supporter. And she married him. And now she's working for Donald Trump. Melania Trump. Melania Trump is another white bimbo who was living in the Ukraine, a mail order bride. Donald Trump met Melania Trump through Jeffrey Epstein. It's in a book from Joe Biden's son. Jeffrey Epstein introduced Melania Trump to Donald Trump. She's a bimbo who had naked pictures all over the internet, a mail order bride, but she had enough skill. She was enough of a predator to bag Donald Trump. And now here she is, the first lady of the United States. Her only skill is having the stomach to suck and have sex with some old, disgusting white man. So many of you white women, your only skill is you have a strong enough stomach to have sex with an old, rich white man. That's the only reason you succeeded at all. That's the only thing you do that's profitable is your stomach is strong enough to have sex with an old, disgusting white man. Go ahead and play the video.
Just moments ago that something atypical took place before, obviously, everything that unfolded yesterday, and that is that Kirk's family was with him at the event. That's not something that usually happens.
And the vice president is going to pick the family and the body up and return them to Arizona.
Can you talk a little bit about how his family is leaning on their faith? I mean, he's being remembered as someone of faith. That was such a big part of his life. That's, such a big part of the lives of those in his community.
Brianna, thank you. Freedom is a three-legged stool. It's economic freedom, it's political liberty, and it's spiritual truth. And those that, when one of those is missing, it doesn't work so well. And he had a commitment that was inspirational to everyone. I'm going to be meeting with Dennis Prager's group in a few hours. Dennis Prager, Rabbi Prager, and he were extremely close. And he taught Charlie the importance of the Sabbath. It was a major, every morning he did his exercise, he did his private time with the Lord, and then 2 hours of learning. And indeed, that's what brought Erica and he together. She was applying for a job, and everyone, of course, loved her, and she is smart and capable and all. But finally, the day came to meet with the big boss. And so all her friends were concerned, her parents were concerned and all. And so they met for over 2.5 hours. And at the end of it, he said, well, let me just tell you, I'm not going to hire you, but I would like to date you. And she was startled by that, and went back. All of her friends said, well, how did it go? How did it go? She said, I don't know. But indeed, they had an affection for one another. They shared everything in common. And now
let me tell you something. There is a hidden predator in this earth that has gotten so many black men killed, so many Latinos killed, and so many white men have given up their fortunes to a great predator that is never talked about: white bimbos. White bimbos who has their only quality is that they can have sex with the right man. They know how to stomach having sex with the right man. Erica Kirk is a bimbo. She went on a job interview for hours. That's called a date bimbo. Charlie Kirk at the end of it said, listen, I'm not going to hire you, but I am going to date you. And she said, okay, because that was the reason she was there in the first place. Erica Kirk is a blonde bimbo. Donald Trump's administration has so many U.S. attorneys whose only qualification is their looks. Go look them up. There's a few of them that just got dismissed from court cases because they had no qualifications to even try a case in federal court. You know why they were there? Because they had sex with the right people. They had sex with the right white man. They had sex with the right rich man. And now because of that, they're Caroline Leavitt. They're Melania Trump. They're Kim Kardashian. Now they're rich and powerful and wealthy, and they have no skill. They have no marketable value, but their stomach can take having sex with Donald Trump, having sex with Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk is a bimbo. Sharon Moore was taken in by a predator, which is the quintessential white bimbo. It happens all the time. There's a law. It's a law. It's called quid pro quo sexual harassment. Quid pro quo sexual harassment. You can look that up and put it up on the screen if you have it, Ephraim. Quid pro quo sexual harassment is when a man has sex with a woman, and because he has sex with that woman, she gets a job. And it is illegal. It's illegal for a man to tell a woman, listen, if you have sex with me, then I will give you this job. That is illegal. Go ahead and read it.
Come on. So quid pro quo sexual harassment, Latin for this for that, is when someone conditions a job, promotion, or other work benefit on your submission to sexual advances or other conduct based on sex.
So if you're a woman and you can prove that some man told you, listen, if you don't have sex with me, I'm not going to give you that job. That's a crime. And the man could be arrested. This